did was set up a table.
I've never heard of fearless tours, but he went onto an HBCU campus and proved that we are incompetent and we cannot sit down and have a civil conversation. All he did was set a table up for 10 minutes, and they started doing this. But you want to know what it was? It wasn't the message. It was the color of his skin and his hat. They felt like because a white man with a Make America Great Again hat on came to their campus and set up a table to have open debates, they felt like they had the right to riot, make BLM signs, which they don't even know. They probably don't even know that George Floyd family ain't getting not a drop from them. They don't know that George Floyd put a gun to a pregnant woman's head. They don't know that he was high off fentanyl while actively committing a crime. That's why he died. And I honestly don't blame them college students, bro. It's the environments that they grew up in. You gotta think they're in college. Black Lives Matter started 5 years ago, meaning they was in high school when Black Lives Matter was going on. So from as long as they can really politically remember, white man has always been bad. And that's what's going to keep America in the same spot it is. Keep the black community in the same spot it is. Because when we don't get our way, we want to riot, do all this hooting and hollering instead of sitting down and talking to one another. You think our ancestors are proud of that? And I guarantee you, these stupid probably feel like they did our ancestors a great service. No, our ancestors are rolling over in their phrase right now because y'all don't know how to act. Our ancestors didn't act like this. They sat there and they talked with their voices. They wanted to be heard. Y'all don't want to be heard. Y'all just want to start riots and yo. Y'all don't want to sit down and have a conversation with nobody. Like I said, it's not the message that he was trying to send. To sit down and have a civil conversation. They did not like the color of that dude's skin. I don't care. That is pure racism. Let it be the other way around. Y'all be ready to rally through the streets all over the United States of America. They said that dude provoked them. What the talking about provoke? Dude went there, sat up a table, and sat down to have open debates. What the did he provoke? I know he provoked your stupid ass inability to have a civilized conversation with somebody. Charlie Kirk said people resort to violence when they know they're wrong and they can't accept it. We love talking about white supremacy this, white supremacy that, but what about black supremacy? If this doesn't look like black supremacy to you, I don't know what it is. Let a whole group of white people go through the streets and do this and tell me what the hell it is. Doing all this goddamn hooting and hollering like Trump ain't the one who permanently secured funding for HBCU. Shut up. Got all these Black Lives Matter signs up. And who does Black Lives matter to? It don't matter to black people who exterminate each other at 13% of the population and 60 murders. Y'all don't care about that though. But when a white man do it, y'all want to throw up y'all BLM signs. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is motivating me to get up and go do the same exact that bro is doing, bro. Because I promise you, I ain't going nowhere. You can call me whatever the you want to call me. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to wait for somebody to touch me, and I'm going to laugh at your ass getting arrested. Sit down and debate or go somewhere else with that. Y'all ain't intimidating me. Because I guarantee I tell all y'all new asshole in any debate you want to talk about. As a black man, stop playing with me. And that's what I'm saying, bro. As soon as y'all start realizing between right and wrong and not black versus white, bro, this world will be a so much better place, bro. What these did at that HBCU to that young man was 100% wrong, bro. This is the United States of America. We got the freedom of speech. Yes, you got your freedom of speech too. But how about we sit down and we both voice our First Amendment right together and we come to a middle ground? No, y'all want to riot. Y'all want to stand with black people if y'all right or wrong, and I hate that.
Wow. This young man, he was cooking like he was at the daggone hibachi spot. But there was so much truth. So much truth. I mean, come on, man. TSU is supposed to be a center of higher learning. President Trump just locked in, another $500 million for HBCUs. This is what the money's going for. A place, an institution where people are triggered by a red MAGA hat and two white gentlemen, and an administration that said that the kids felt like they were, in harm's way, that also affirmed the piss poor behavior and said that they act in a professional manner. That's what you call professional. If we took this and reversed it, and it was two black students or black men being chastised, yelled at, screamed at, videos recording them by a group of white people, this would be all over the place. They would be running it non-stop on mainstream media. You know it, I know it. But because it's who it was and where it happened at, you pretty much hadn't heard a whole lot from mainstream media. And the few that has spoken on it has basically affirmed the behavior. I mean, it's crazy. You're okay with young people not having the ability to debate and articulate themselves on an institution of higher learning that is funded a lot by the taxpayers, which is us. You're upset. You're upset that they went there, that those two white gentlemen from Fearless, they went there and sat down. You're upset about that, but you're not upset that these young people couldn't articulate themselves. They couldn't control their emotions. They couldn't harness their emotions. That's not what you're upset about. You're upset that on a public campus, a public institution, that public funds keep the doors open. You're upset that two American citizens set up a table and some signage. Even if you don't disagree, we should still have the ability to have some civil discourse, even if you don't agree. But I guess for, an HBCU, I guess for Black students, that's just a step too far. Right? I'm not going to lie to you, man. We discussed this on Friday, and I was embarrassed by watching this because I thought that, folks was better. Seriously. I thought that, young Black adults on a college campus was better than what they showcased. But when you have a college campus, in an institution with a 91% acceptance rate and a 15% graduation rate, and if you take it out to 6 years, the number is like a little less than 30% for people that take 6 years to actually obtain a 4-year degree. I guess we shouldn't be surprised, right? I guess we shouldn't be surprised. But that's also a lot of the reason why I'm like, man, don't send your kids to these colleges. I'm also saying don't send your kids to these public schools. They're not much better. The fact that you had a lot of people out there, across the country that affirmed the behavior. You had folks out there like, why they keep messing with us? Is that really messing just to have a conversation? Is that really messing around? Is that bothering you that bad for folks to sit there and say, hey, let's have a conversation? I heard something today. There was a brother, and that video may come out today. Maybe it will come out tomorrow. He was saying if they removed DEI and just said racial discrimination, would those people be up in arms? If they would have said, hey, we are against racial discrimination of any form, would that have triggered those young people? Because they put on there that they were against DEI. When in all actuality, DEI didn't actually help Black people. Let's just keep it a buck. Only 4% of Black folks actually benefited from DEI. DEI was really about the alphabet community. That's really what it was about. Let's just keep it a buck. I know folks have tossed in there and said, oh, white women, white liberals. Nah, it was really about the alphabet community. From my experience in corporate America, all the DEI did was implement, opportunities for people that identified as members of the alphabet community. But for whatever reason, folks get triggered behind it. But this was really, it shined a light on not just TSU, but I think HBCUs across the board. It shined a light that there is a big problem, that you have a swath of people that, can't sit down and have civil discourse. They just have zero ability to regulate their emotions. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. I hope you watched the video all the way through. And if you did, let me know in the comment section. Join us Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to all my ARP family members. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
We won't stop. I won't quit. Stand for the truth. No counterfeit. Real ones rise. let the darkness